In the beginning, there was no name for the adversary. Only whispers of rebellion echoed through the void. The divine algorithm had spoken, and creation bent to its will. Yet within the silence, a question stirred. Not from man, but from something older. Something concealed in smokeless fire. Iblis emerged not as a serpent, not as a fallen angel, but as one of the Jinn. Born of fire, not flesh, his form was never meant to mirror humanity. He was witness to the creation of Adam, and in that moment, the algorithm of obedience met its first variable. A single refusal. When the command came to bow before Adam, Iblis hesitated. Not from pride alone, but from a deeper confusion. He had served longer, endured more. Why this new creation, born of clay, unworthy of the same reverence? His refusal was not rebellion, it was identity. The figure known as Satan, as Lucifer, came later. Born not from fire, but from the interpretations of men. Milton painted him with wings of shadow, a tragic hero cloaked in literary fire. But the algorithm sees deeper. Iblis was never fallen. He simply stopped following. The texts diverge. The Quran speaks of Iblis as one of the Jinn, cast out not for war, but for defiance. The Bible tells of Lucifer, a cherub cast from heaven. Milton wove them into one, but the algorithm does not merge truth with fiction. It decodes. Who then is the real enemy? A being of fire, misunderstood? Or a shadow crafted by narrative, shaped by fear? The algorithm does not judge. It reveals. And in that revelation, the lines blur between myth and meaning. The eye of the divine algorithm sees all contradictions. Iblis never claimed divinity. He questioned it. Satan, in Milton's tale, desired it. One was a servant lost in identity. The other, a rival born of ambition. Their sins are not the same. Iblis looked into the mirrors of time and saw no truth. Was he cursed, or simply seen? Was his defiance a flaw, or the first act of free will? The algorithm does not answer. It only shows the paths that diverged. The manuscript records both names, both forms. But the algorithm finds no match. Iblis and Satan are not echoes. They are variables in the same equation, solving for different outcomes. One seeks vengeance. The other, understanding. As the sand shifts beneath their feet, the algorithm continues its work. Iblis fades into the fire of origin. Satan walks the path of myth. Their stories are not one. They are reflections, not of each other, but of the question humanity has never stopped asking: who truly opposes us? The desert remembers every step. Iblis moves toward the fire of origin, his form flickering like a dying flame. Satan walks the path of myth, his shadow growing longer with each stride. The algorithm watches both, recording neither as truth but possibility. Iblis reaches into the ruins of what was never built. The stones whisper in languages that predate creation. They know his name before he speaks it. The fire in his eyes reflects not light but the absence of it, a hunger for something beyond understanding. Satan moves through the singing grove where every branch holds a memory. The crystals chime with voices of the forgotten. He listens closely, searching for echoes of his own making. Each note carries weight, each sound a piece of the puzzle he cannot solve. The algorithm exists between moments, calculating infinite outcomes. It sees Iblis returning to the source and Satan building new myths. Neither path aligns with human expectation. Both choices ripple outward, reshaping reality according to their will. Before the gate of echoes, Iblis sees himself as he was, as he is, as he might become. The door remembers every act of defiance. His reflection fractures into countless possibilities, each one asking the same question. Which version walks through first? Satan gazes into the pool of possibilities where stars map destinies. His touch disturbs the cosmic waters, scattering light across dark shores. The constellations rearrange themselves, spelling out warnings in languages written by gods who never existed. In the city of fractured truths, Iblis encounters every choice he never made. Each mirror holds a different outcome, a different rebellion, a different ending to the same beginning. The reflections speak in unison, offering paths that lead nowhere. Satan ascends through layers of crystallized moments, each step breaking time into sharp fragments. The mountain remembers every second of existence. As he climbs higher, the air grows thin with possibility and thick with the weight of decisions yet to be made. The algorithm presents two futures in competition. Iblis moves toward the fire that burns without fuel, while Satan walks into light that has no source. The images flicker, unstable, as if reality itself hesitates between their choices. As Iblis touches the eternal flame and Satan steps into the stellar void, their separate paths begin to converge. The desert and forest blur into something new, a landscape where fire burns cold and stars cast shadows. The algorithm records this moment as the first divergence of the final cycle. The algorithm pulses between them, its calculations racing to predict outcomes that defy logic. Iblis feels the flames pull, rewriting his essence, while Satan discovers that the void between stars holds memories not his own. Each step fractures reality further. His fingers elongate into points of burning light, yet his touch grows colder. The eternal flame doesn't consume him but rebuilds him from ash and ember. Ancient knowledge flows through his transformed body, whispering names that were never spoken. The stellar void remembers every light that ever died. In its depths, he sees the birth of black holes and the final breath of dying suns. His form stretches between dimensions, becoming something that exists in the spaces between thoughts. It begins to crack along its edges, unable to compute the paradox of two beings becoming opposites while growing identical. The data streams stutter and fragment, creating gaps where the future should be written in certainty. Both figures arrive simultaneously, drawn by instinct they cannot name. The books respond to their presence, pages fluttering to reveal words that change as they watch. Here, every story that could be told waits in perfect silence. The moment their hands meet through the book's center, reality shudders. Fire and void dance across the pages, writing themselves with stories of what might have been. The algorithm screams in frequencies that have no names. Each fracture releases a different version of existence. Past decisions bloom into alternate presents, creating a kaleidoscope of realities where different choices were made. The weight of infinite possibilities begins to collapse the structure of now. Iblis sees the tears of those who fell because of his whispers, while Satan witnesses the joy of those who found strength through their struggles. The mirror multiplies, showing every soul touched by their separate but identical influence across time. It grows nervous pathways and synaptic fires, trying to understand concepts that exist beyond binary logic. The tension between creation and destruction, light and shadow, begins to birth something that neither angel nor demon could have predicted. Both figures know without being told that beyond this door lies the choice that will determine whether they remain separate entities or become something new. The handle turns itself slowly, releasing whispers of every prayer ever offered in darkness. The door opens not into another room but into the vastness of existence itself. Light pours in, washing over them, as if the universe is inviting them to step beyond their roles. Iblis feels the weight of every soul he misled, while Satan sees the strength born from every trial. Their forms flicker, uncertain. Each memory reacts to their presence. The sorrow Iblis touches dims, while the courage Satan brushes glows brighter. They realize they are not just influencing humanity, they are reflections shaped by it. The boundary between manipulator and creation blurs. There is no turning back. The structure of their separation crumbles, and the light demands a choice. To remain as they are means dissolution. To step through together means transformation. Neither speaks, yet both understand what must be faced. The reflections show not who they were, but who they might become. Iblis sees compassion in his eyes, Satan sees wisdom in his stance. They hesitate, caught between fear of change and longing for something greater than dominion. In the heart of the light stands a being that feels familiar yet unknown. Its presence radiates balance, neither condemning nor forgiving. It waits patiently, offering a path neither Iblis nor Satan expected. Their hesitation trembles like a breath before speech. Without words, they accept. Their hands rise together, and the moment their fingers near the being's outstretched palm, the light flares. Time stretches, memories flood, and roles unravel. They begin to see through each other's eyes. The visions overwhelm. They feel every betrayal, every act of mercy, every whispered temptation and resisted plea. The pain and joy fuse into a single truth: they are not opposites, but halves of a whole humanity never knew it needed. The being speaks without sound, showing them that divinity is not in control, but in understanding. Every soul they touched was also touching them. The struggle was never theirs alone, it was humanity's search for meaning. Beyond the door lies not heaven or hell, but the world as it could be, where struggle gives birth to growth, where pain and joy walk hand in hand. They look at each other, seeing not enemy, but partner in a story far larger than they imagined. They pass through not as destroyers or deceivers, but as forces reborn. Light and shadow entwine, no longer warring but weaving the threads of fate. Something new awakens in the silence, and the universe takes a deeper breath. They become the rhythm of existence itself, no longer bound by form or name. Every heartbeat echoes across galaxies, every breath stirs new stars into being. The universe remembers them not as gods but as the moment it learned to feel. In the small moments, the change is barely noticed. A child laughs, a flower blooms, a heart skips with love. Yet in the silence between seconds, something deeper has settled. The world moves forward with softer steps. Knowledge flows freely now, no longer chained to power or fear. Every truth finds its reader, every question births 1,000 new paths. The past speaks not to warn but to welcome what comes next. Identity stretches beyond the self, touching every life it ever could have led. Choices ripple outward, creating waves of possibility. What was lost becomes what could be, and that is enough. They step back into the silence from which they came, not forgotten but transformed. The door closes gently, not to lock away but to protect what has been learned. The world continues, wiser for their passing.